Okay, Courtney, guess what?
What?
We aren't locked out of the car anymore, so let's go for a ride.
So we're driving towards Santa Clara, almost there. I just turned on the camera because the Summit Athletic Club is right next to us. That's really new, so that's a cool feature that's really close to Santa Clara. So
yeah, and if you're thinking about athletic clubs, it's like think of like Equinox, I guess, as kind of something of an equivalent.
Mm-hmm. And then over to the right, you can see that dome, those two domes right there. I don't know if you can actually see them. That's the Sand Hollow Aquatic Center. So that's another cool thing that's really close to Santa Clara. I mean, we're literally just right at the border of St. George and Santa Clara.
Yeah, and the Aquatic Center, one, it's covered, so depending on the elements, because, we're freaked out about rain. Actually, we're not. That's not. But actually, it helps in the summer when it gets hot, so it kind of keeps it from scorching. And then also, you do have like a water park kind of type features.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's slides, and it's fun.
So now we are officially in Santa Clara. So Santa Clara Drive is actually an extension of Sunset. So Sunset is probably the second largest commercial artery in St. George area. So basically you have River Road and then Sunset, where you have like at Home Depot, you have you have banks, you have shopping, like grocery stores and all that stuff.
Yeah, so we're entering the historic district. This is what's considered the historic part of Santa Clara. You can see to our left, that is City Hall. I don't believe that building is actually old, but they've made it into the old style. So, yeah.
It's a museum.
No, so it's cute. But
I love the tree-lined street.
Yeah, the trees are so pretty, and yeah. I love the green of this area. It's a very vibrant green, so.
Yeah, and to our left, and we'll drive into some of these housing tracts, of course, but to our left is where Santa Clara River actually is. So before we continue, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Sean Dezad.
And I'm Courtney Dezad.
And I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Utah. And if you're watching this channel, you might be thinking, wow, Sean, I love Santa Clara. I love the greenery there. I love the river. I love the blue skies. I can't wait to move in here. Now, the problem is I'm not local and maybe even out of state, so I don't know what to do. So I totally get that. That's when you reach out to us, because we work with a team that has over 40 years of experience here in St. George itself. And so we can be your boots on the ground. We know all the nooks and crannies here. So what you want to do is when you give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country. The history of this part is actually there used to be old fruit farms, and there actually still are some remaining. But this is actually how you get to the old Highway 91, which is before, the 15 was blasted through the gorge. That was how people used to actually have to get here.
Yeah, it's going around. Yeah, because we actually had to make a detour on that highway, which actually surprisingly was pretty smooth. But the 15 freeway is obviously just like such a major artery.
Yeah, it doesn't take, what do you think it added? An extra
20 minutes?
Yeah, extra 20 minutes. So it actually wasn't that bad, but yeah. But you can just see here just how pretty it is, and it's just nice little spot. And then soon we'll take you to a part of Santa Clara that has a lot of new construction. And then we'll also take you to Santa Clara Heights, which has some really beautiful views of the lava rocks and the red rocks. And Santa Clara is just such a cute and pretty city. I really like it.
Yeah, very different vibe than what you think of for St. George. Mm-hmm. So it's sandwiched between St. George and Ivins, right? And it has its own vibe altogether.
Yeah, for sure it does.
And people asking for lots, like land, 9.27 acres for sale. There we go. Yeah, so as you get close to Santa Clara River, you actually do have there's some new construction. There are also some just like mansions here, like some really nice homes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this bridge is crossing over the Santa Clara River.
I mean, look how long it takes to cross it. I mean, this is minutes and minutes.
But there actually is water. Sometimes sometimes it's totally dry.
There's water. There's water in the river. It's amazing.
Yeah, but so here we'll just show you a little bit of new construction. You actually can get new construction here in Santa Clara. It's interesting because our business partner Sue, she was telling me that there used to be an issue with the soil, that they actually figured out how to build on it. So before it was actually really hard to build in Santa Clara, but I guess now with the new, tools and techniques that they have for building.
And then also, you mentioning that, years ago, they used to have some flooding issues too, altogether with the Santa Clara River. Again, during particular monsoon seasons or like really wet years, like it could be an issue. Seems like they've remedied most of those, where it's, the Army Corps of Engineers kind of worked on things and have mitigated much of this.
Yeah, because there was a big flood in the 90s that washed away some homes and stuff, so.
So that's a ruin right here to our right.
No, that's a home that's being built.
As we speak.
Yes.
It looks like a big home too, man. And nice views, by the way. Like, that's pretty cool to get the red rocks right there too. Like. Yeah, so there's just new construction happening all over the place, and Santa Clara is no different.
So as we drive to some more new construction, just look at that, bucolic scene. I mean, this is just so typical of
There you
Santa
go with the
Clara.
big words, bucolic.
But no, it's just so pretty out here. I just love Santa Clara. It's just so nice. I mean, the quote problem with Santa Clara is just so small, right? There's just not that much inventory. So, when we moved out here, we were thinking about Santa Clara. I don't even think there was one thing for sale.
Yeah, it's not a very large town.
Yeah.
Certainly not St. George or even Washington from that perspective. So it's a much smaller town, but really cute. I mean, I just really like it here a lot.
Yeah, it's super cute. Yeah, so here's another new construction neighborhood, and you can see the Red Mountain. That's, one of the cool things about Santa Clara is just the views that you're getting in Santa Clara is so nice. So
yeah, and it feels like you're way away, but what's nice is that you're really not that far away from like city center. Like, I think you're about 12 minutes or so, I think, give or take.
Yeah.
I mean, we're obviously like even on the edge of Santa Clara at this point, so as we speak.
So from where we are right now, we're 15 minutes away from city center, meaning, downtown St. George.
Yeah. So it's super cute. I mean, I can't, I can't emphasize this enough that this is just a really cute city.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. And it's nice too. You are, like Sean was saying in the beginning, you're very close to one of the major shopping corridors. You're very close to really nice grocery stores, big grocery stores. They just opened the new Harmons. Well, I wouldn't say just, recently. They recently opened the new Harmons, which I love the Harmons. I don't know if it's technically in Santa Clara, but it's,
I think it is.
Oh, maybe it is, yeah.
I think it might be.
So it's in Santa Clara. It's such a big, nice store. So, you just feel it's so nice and peaceful out here, but, you're literally right next to everything, so. Yeah,
so what's good is that your basic necessities, your shopping, dining right here, because Santa Clara Road is like the same, again, becomes Sunset, which is a very busy shopping corridor. And for those of you who don't know what Harmons is, so Harmons, you think of a Whole Foods light, I guess, is kind of the way to put it. So you have organic foods, just not more nicely sourced foods, like, just if you're interested in that kind of clean eating, Harmons is a good option. There's Harmons, there's Lynn's, and I would say there's natural grocers that kind of fill that niche, a niche.
Yeah.
And so that's.
Oh yeah, look at that view right there.
Oh yeah, that's Pine Valley Mountain right there.
Pine Valley and the Red Mountain. Yeah,
Yeah, the different colors are crazy.
Yeah, and then you've got the greens ahead of us, just the beautiful trees here in St. George. It's just so nice.
St. George?
Well,
Santa Clara.
When people talk about southern Utah, they always say St. George, but they're meaning the whole area, right? It's just so pretty out here.
It's like San Diego. So Courtney's from San Diego, and no matter where you are in San Diego County, you're from San Diego.
Yeah, that's true. So now we're back on Santa Clara Drive, and we're going to take you to Santa Clara Heights.
Yeah, so we're heading towards Ivins as we speak, and then, we'll be turning in.
Yeah, so this pretty stretch right here, if you're an Ironman athlete, because we do have the Ironman here, they come up here. This is part of the way that they go, probably because it's so pretty. When you're suffering, at least you're looking at something nice.
Yeah, and that's a good point you bring up. So we do have a path right here to our right. So we kind of obviously allude to this in other videos. St. George area is super big on paths. So cycling, running, hiking. That's just kind of we do so much of that here. So now we're in the Heights.
Yes, what is known as Santa Clara Heights, because you're kind of up on a little ledge, I guess, kind of
high in the Heights.
In the Heights. Yeah, and depending on where you are, you can have some pretty spectacular views of the Red Mountains. So
yeah, and as we're driving and kind of showing you how the various homes are situated in the Heights, and also the views they may have. Also, we obviously drove by some new construction, and so that's a very popular, that's a very popular segment of homes that people are looking to buy. And I will say that whether you want to work with us or you work with another agent, you definitely need to have representation when you go to these developers, because if you just walk into their sales office and you say I want to buy a property, you realize that sales rep, they're not looking out for your best interest, right? They're looking out for the best interest of the developer, because that's who actually employs them. So it's just one of those things where you want to make sure that you have someone that's watching your back, making sure that timelines are being met, that promises are being kept, that the upgrades or change orders that you've had are being taken care of and taken into account. So it says all those things to make sure that process goes as smoothly as possible, so you don't have any, surprises.
Yeah, so we left Santa Clara Heights, and
look at
now
that view right there.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Just look at that.
There's Tuacon's right here too.
Yeah, the Tuacon Amphitheater, which is just beautiful. And then we're just showing you the Harmons right here. And then do you want to show Intrada after that? So you want to
then we'll just drive really close to Intrada right here, because we're super close by. So Intrada is actually this community, and there's a bunch of different little subdivisions within it, and you have a golf course that actually just went through a massive renovation, spent millions renovating it. So they have that, and on top of that you have just a bunch of different kinds of homes, and they're many of them are in gated communities there, and people just love Intrada. And Intrada straddles basically three cities. It straddles St. George, Santa Clara, and Ivins. And we have car washes here. Lots and lots of car washes. That's just a thing.
Or anytime you decide you want to go somewhere, it needs a little drive, then you have the insects that are just smushed on your car. So
yeah, but actually it's a good point that you bring up. I will say though that I think people kind of think, again, maybe they don't know what to expect, but insects are really not that big of a deal here.
No, they're not. I mean, it's pretty interesting. There's really not any mosquitoes.
No, it's I mean, not to say there are none, right? Or they're not some flies and annoying things, of course. But in general, I mean, if you're coming from the south or the east coast and stuff like that, you guys have there's some really just lots of insects, because again, we don't have much humidity here. That's probably one of the reasons that we don't have these breeding grounds the way that some other places. Yeah, exactly. The standing water stuff. Yeah. Insects really aren't, much of an issue. Not to say there aren't none, of course, but it's just that I have found it to be kind of not even a thought as far as worrying about it.
Well, even up in Salt Lake City, up in northern Utah, they have a lot of mosquitoes.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, it's kind of interesting how we kind of don't have that.
Yeah, seriously. Look at the lava rocks too. So it's pretty cool. Over here, you have just the contrasting colors, right?
Let's see if we can move the camera. Just look at that over there.
Yeah, that view, right? So you have black, green, red, brown, white with a snow cap. So when it's in the winter, and that whole mountain is coated with snow. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So, and some more developments, more stuff for sale. And there's also near here, so we obviously have Intrada golf course, of course, but then also we have the Black Desert golf course as well. And this is a huge project. Again, not technically in Santa Clara, right? But it's obviously very close by. and this is just a massive project. This is a big deal.
Yeah, there's actually going to be a PGA Tour event there. So, I mean, I guess it's technically open. It's open, but I guess the waiting list is already insane. So here we're going through Intrada, the golf course right here. And technically we're in St. George right now. So
yeah.
we literally just left Santa Clara.
And remember, I am a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Utah. So as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you would do is when you give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.